gang, what's good? It's your boy Big BB, and we are back with yet another video talking about what we talk about here, fragrances. This one happens to be a 2023 release. This one comes from the house of Montblanc, and this one is Montblanc Explorer Platinum. Someone hit me up recently and said, yo, B, I went back through the archives and I noticed that you were saying some of these fragrances were rock solid way before the train started. And I said, salute, my guy, salute. And Montblanc Explorer, the original, happened to be one of those. Now, with this fragrance here, Montblanc Explorer Platinum, I am itching to dig into this fragrance and see what it is all about. So, what are we waiting on? Let's dive in. Alright. Man, hopefully you all are having a great day. Alright. Have you explored anything new? Since we're talking about Explorer, have you explored anything new? Alright. Comment that down below. Man, as I said, I hope you all are having an amazing day. I appreciate you rocking with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to sit here with your boy as we go through this fragrance here. Now, Montblanc Explorer, the presentation Explorer Platinum, looks very simple. So I ended up getting a little guy here because that's all I could get. This one is a 60 ml. I wanted the big bottle, but they were out and I said, doesn't matter. I used to be like really purposeful about those things. Like if it was 50 ml or 100 ml that I had, then I had to be all the same, but it doesn't matter to me anymore. I don't care. All right, so let's go ahead and spray this one. First of all, I'll tell you that I like the presentation. Here, the other one, you know, it's black. Then they got the blue one out there. I don't think I've ever gone into Ultra. I don't think I've ever talked about that, but enough about that. Let's talk about this. All right, I like the way this one looks. 1, 2, okay, 2. Thank you. Let's go for a big whiff. Okay, that's different. Okay, very different. Very different. The original Explorer got a lot of criticism, also got a lot of comparison to Creed Aventus, right? It was like, hey, Creed Aventus wannabe, Creed Aventus clone, and honestly, it felt very Creed Aventus-esque in its feel, but something for far less expensive. When it first came out, you pick it up for about $100. It's at discounters now, so you can pick it up for probably 50 to 70 buck range, but not bad. But when I spray this and smell this one on paper, and I'm about to spray it on skin in a second, I do not get Creed Aventus. In fact, on paper, it comes off more woody than fruity / citrusy at the top. So let's go ahead and spray this on skin. Give it a few moments, let it dry down, and I'll let you know what I think about this scent. Now, I've allowed Montblanc Explorer Platinum a few moments to kind of settle on my skin. I won't say that it's dried down because it hasn't been that long. It's been maybe 5 minutes or so. It had some time to settle a bit versus what it would be like on first spray. And I can tell you, on my skin, it comes off very similar to it did on this paper. I'm getting a lot of the wood here. There could be some warmth within this fragrance, maybe in from like an amber or something of that nature, but it comes off as fresh, it comes off as clean, it comes off as something that is classy, but I won't say classic, at least not yet. And when I think of that, and maybe I will say classic, it's like a classic gentleman's type of fragrance without it having an old school DNA. So this one does have a modern approach to what you would think of when you think of a cologne. Now, as I mentioned, I immediately get some type of wood feel with this fragrance, but generally speaking, when we're thinking about classic men's fragrances, generally like a classic stack. You got some citrus in the top, you go into some florals, and then you go into some wood notes in the base. But with this fragrance, I got a lot of that wood in the top, not as much heavy citrus. In the original Montblanc Explorer, you can imagine there was that citrus there, lemon, bergamot there alive and well. You don't get that with this one. It's completely different in terms of that, but you do get something that comes off as fresh, but not citrusy. It comes off as clean, sensual, I won't say sensual, it's like a clean fragrance that you would feel confident in wearing to the office. You would just feel confident wearing this one in the airport, in close encounters, without being that sensual nature. You know that wearing this fragrance, you're gonna smell good and likely maybe turn a few heads when you're in that type of situation where someone is in an environment close enough to you where they could compliment you. Now, on my sprays on skin, it's not like popping and jumping off, which is why I'm saying you would feel confident wearing this one on a plane. Now, obviously, you can spray that one and you can put yourself out of commission depending on how many you spray, but you get something there that is very subtle in nature in terms of, it smells good, it provides a clean feel. There's also some type of amber or warmth within this scent that complements the wood component of this fragrance extremely well. Now, when I smell this fragrance, I immediately think of the style guys that you might find on Instagram or YouTube. Think of Rashad Little, think of Ladarius Campbell, think of Alex Costa. Those dapper gentlemen who are putting the suits on and casual wear in a next level way. That's what I get with this fragrance, but as you know, with Montblanc fragrances, you're getting not a next level price point. Yes, you're getting a low cost to entry fragrance that is going to work for you in a ton of situations, and I can tell you that this fragrance is going to do wonders just on the first impressions. Now, we have to determine what the overall projection, longevity, wearability is like in the real world, but I can tell you just on that first impression, this is going to be a fragrance that a lot of stylish people are going to wear, a lot of stylish people are going to recommend, and also one of those scents that because of its low price point, what I'm assuming is going to be a low price point based on the history of how Montblanc fragrances have done over the years. This one really shouldn't be any different, but you're going to have a great overall contender. And what I like about this fragrance more so far than Explorer, the OG, is that it seems to be an original DNA. It's not like getting it back for what you might have done to my fragrances down the line or years ago, if you know what I'm talking about. This is just a fragrance that says, hey, I'm here, I'm made by Montblanc, and I've come to play. So this is a fragrance I think a lot of people out there are going to enjoy. Now, if you go look at the presentation, obviously there's a lot here that ties back to Montblanc. You got the Montblanc star symbol in the cap, the insignia there. This silver piece around the bottle is meant to be like one of their wristwatches, and then also you got the insignia in the bottle design right there that shows you which way is front. All in, I think it's a very good fragrance, man. I like it. I think this fragrance is going to do a lot, show up in a lot of lists as well. Just thinking out loud here. All in all, great release from the house of Montblanc. Again, we'll have to go through and double check what all of the extra things about in terms of performance, but just on smell factor, slightly creamy, fresh, masculine. This is going to be a nice fragrance. So Montblanc Explorer Platinum gets an early signed, sealed, delivered stamp of approval from your boy. Have you tried that fragrance out yet? What is your favorite from the Montblanc Explorer lineup? Ultra, Platinum, or obviously the OG, because that one's a banger no matter what. That's all I got for you. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn